Welcome Aries, welcome to your July 2021 reading. Thank you very much for joining me, and also welcome any newcomers. New energy on the channel, always welcome, so thank you for joining us. So I have shuffled all the cards, pre-shuffled, and I'm just taking, there's way too many there I'm afraid, but I'd like a couple of Wisdom Oracle cards just to see what your energy is doing in the month of July, Aries. So there's your first one. Let's see if we can't get another one. Right, the one that's fallen out, I feel inclined to actually read from the book. So I will pick up the book in a minute and read from it, just so we don't miss a trick. There is a lot more to these cards than meets the eye, but obviously some of them are self-explanatory, as the one is that's just fallen out. So we have got, guys, we've got chaos and conflict. What's going on? So anyway, I wouldn't take this as a bad card. It's just a reflection of what's going on with you, the energy that's about to come into your sphere, if you like. But we're going to read from the book from that one, about this one. So please don't worry, none of them are really bad. It's just information. And then we've got building blocks. So this is about creating solid foundations going forward. So let's just put the building blocks there and get on and see what chaos and conflict have to offer. Now, what number is that? 33. So 33. Right. So we've got disarray, being at cross purposes with one another. The tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. Makes absolute sense, actually, if you think about it. We've got chaos and conflict, followed by building blocks, setting a solid foundation going forward. So it seems like you've got quite a bit to sort out here, Aries. So the message is, opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. But consider the value of the chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Absolutely perfect. So this is about letting go of the things that don't, that no longer serve you. And then you've got the building blocks after that, which is absolutely perfect. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is the time to understand rather than to be misunderstood. So really good advice there, guys. So I wouldn't worry. This is about leaving behind the stuff that doesn't serve you. It's not as if some storm is going to come and remain over your head. So it's about endings and new beginnings, in short. So let's just see what the cards have got to say. There's your first one. I'm going to get all the cards out first, and then we'll do the read. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit disjointed if I do it as they come out. So there's the energy departing. Absolutely making sense in correlation with the Wisdom Oracle. There's the energy coming in. Energy coming in. And now we've got your challenge position. There we go. 2 out, 3. 1, 2. Let's just take the one that flipped over as well. Challenge. And the next one is advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit, please, for Aries. Thank you. There's 1, 2. Spirit's got a lot to say. Let's see. Right. Perfect. Yes, Spirit has got a lot to say, but hey, we'll get to that when we get to it. Let me just line these up. They're not fishing on the table. Sorry, I'm doing the OCD thing here, so I can see the cards clearly. And let's go for the potential outcome position now. Right, that one's shot across. I'll go and pick that up in a minute. And that one's turned over, so we'll take that one as well. Okay, great. Right. So we've got two that flipped out. I've just picked them up. Right, let's move these along because a lot more cards than anticipated have come out. And there we go. Right, so let's start. Right, so we've got, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Swords. So this is about a fork in the road. And guys, according to the Oracle cards, you certainly have got a fork in the road. There are decisions to be made here. And, you know, saying that, the energy departing is another two. So there we go. We've got you trying to find your balance, find your path, your new way forward here, and decisions need to be made. So it's up to you. Do I take the right hand path or the left hand path, or maybe there's a third path? There are options here. So so that's the energy coming in for July for you. Now, the energy coming in is a bit conflicted. We've got the Eight of Wands here, which tells me that there are a few blockages and a few barriers that you need to overcome in order to progress, in order to go forward. But these blockages, they may be self-imposed, so bear that in mind. They may be things that, you know, you've created for yourself, maybe in your mind, and they will stop you from going forward if you don't, you know, seek clarity in your situation. But it's not a bad card. It's just here saying, be mindful that you don't make mountains out of molehills and make things to be bigger than they are. I mean, you do have chaos and conflict card here. There are endings, so it's about letting go of the parts that aren't working, the parts that aren't working, and taking the parts that are working. Now, we've got the challenge position, we've got the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Cups. I hope you can see those. Right, so the Queen of Swords is about patience and understanding. The Queen of Swords is also about truth as well. So it's about patience and understanding after knowing the truth. And, you know, nobody likes to hear patience. However, you know, patience, if you give something patience, the time you give patience to whatever issue or whatever person or whatever circumstance that you need to give patience to, does bring clarity. So it's about seeking clarity in order to gain understanding of what's going on. You do have something new coming in here, and you need to have absolute clarity when this does come in. So do give yourself time and nurture yourself. Be kind to yourself. Now, as you can see, the depiction in this card, it seems quite dramatic, doesn't it? But it's almost saying, you know, I can't see. There's something in the way of your face here. So give yourself time in order to gain the clarity you need and the balance that you need to see this new idea, you know, going forward, and persist. You know, if you don't feel clear, don't go forward. Absolute persistence and laser sharp focus is needed here. You know, you're going through chaos and conflict. However, you are being asked to set down solid foundations as well going forward. So that's really important. And it's important to be clear on your actions as well, and when, you know, how you're going to go forward. I mean, I know that in times of conflict, of inner conflict, it's really easy to just go, right, that's it, and off you go in one direction, shooting from the hip, as I've just mentioned. But it's really, really important to nurture yourself. Try and keep yourself as grounded and as balanced as possible. Now, advice from Spirit. There you go. we've got the Tower, we've got the Ace of Swords, we've got the King of Pentacles here. So we've got the Tower saying, you know, release, absolutely release. In order to move forward in the best possible way, you need to leave behind the things that are hindering you, that aren't working for you. So that's what the Tower moment. This is about liberating yourself in order to move forward in the right way. We've got the Ace of Swords here on top of it. That's the, you know, in order to move forward with the new idea that's coming into you, or then it could be a new idea, a new way of being, it could be a house move, it could be a new job. I mean, it's a general read, guys, so apply it to your circumstances. So whatever this is that you're aiming for, that you're being asked to set solid foundations for, you need to let things go in order to progress. Otherwise, you're just going to remain stuck. You know, there's the barriers, there's the blockages. You will remain stuck if you don't let go. And then we've got the Four of Swords on top of that, and saying once you've let go and start setting the foundations for this new thing that's coming into your vicinity, balance will resume. You know, so, and that, what more do you want? You know, we want to let go of the chaos and the conflict. We want to let go of the things that are making us feel bad. You know, let it go. It's not serving you. That's what this read is all about. It's absolutely screaming out with the old, in with the new. And then we've got the King of Pentacles on top of it. A really successful card here about knowledge, about empowerment. I mean, the King's an authority figure and he carries wisdom. And he also gives good advice. So maybe if you're really good at giving good advice, perhaps take some of your own good advice. You know, it's really easy helping. I find it personally, you know, I find it easier to help others than to help myself sometimes. Sometimes we get in our own way and we just have to sit down and say, do you know what? The obstacle here isn't actually others or things, people, places and things around us anymore. It's ourselves. We're stopping ourselves from moving forward. So do know that you've got the knowledge, you've got the wisdom, you've got the expertise in order to get where you're going. So it's about believing in yourself and having faith. You know, it's really good advice from Spirit there. But that Tower needs to happen, that moment where everything falls away, you know, and then you're presented with a clean slate, that clean sheet of paper to rewrite your story, to rebuild, you know, really gorgeous. And then we've got a phenomenal potential outcome here. We've got the Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, we've got the Hermit and the Magician. So really great outcome if you take the right steps. This is a new journey. The pages are the new journeys. This is the new adventure coming forward for you. It's about discovery. It's about new experiences. Can you see that, guys? About new experiences. However, you know, as exciting, and this is exciting, this new stuff that's coming in for you, you know, the Hermit is here saying, take your time. Before you launch, it's that shoot from the hip phrase that I've just used, you know, a little bit further back. The Hermit is saying, take time to nurture yourself, you know, ground yourself, meditate if you need to, take a bubble bath, but you need to be kind to yourself. It's about self-care and self-love. And your Hermit moments will bring you clarity. You know, certainly if you're a meditator, I find that meditating brings clarity to the majority of situations. More often than not, we have our own answers. We just don't know it. We just need to sit with ourselves and trust ourselves. And then you've got the Magician, guys. You know, abracadabra, Shazam. You know, your world going forward is in your hands. You've got the magic. You're in control. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's that clean slate. It's that Tower moment. Letting go of all the debris, letting it float away, letting it leave you alone in order to progress in the way that you'd like to progress. Really beautiful cards. And considering that we started with chaos and conflict, the outcome is absolutely beautiful. So all this is saying, really, in short, is have faith. You've got the magic. You've got everything you need in order to progress. Put my teeth back in order to progress in the manner that you would like to. So bring the things into your life that you need, that you would like, how you would like them, the new job, the new home. It could, you know, you can apply it to anything. So apply it to your circumstance in order to propel yourself forward, you know, to make it the best July you can make it. Really, really great cards at the end there. But obviously this is a rocky road here. It's peaks and troughs, it's the ebb and flow of life that's going on. But it's mid-year, it's summer. Just let go, enjoy the time, enjoy the period. Summer is a time of nurturing, of growth, of taking in the sun, of letting that sun nourish you. You know, so nourish yourself, nurture yourself, meditate, know that it's you hold the key in your hand to your destiny. You know, it's I might even call the reading that you hold the key to your destiny. There you go. And there's the phrase that applies to this beautiful reading. But, you know, bear in mind, you do need to nurture yourself and look after yourself throughout this process, because obviously these processes come with pressures in the real world. So, you know, keeping it real, guys. There are going to be lumps and bumps here, but the outcome is phenomenal if you want it to be. Just know that you're able, you've got it within you to bring forward everything you need. And please know that the building blocks card is here. So set those solid foundations, guys. Really lovely cards, lovely July cards here. And there you go. Right, so we've got a couple of cards here from the Animal Oracle. Let's just start. And we've got give with gratitude and grace. And, you know, there is always enough, even when we're struggling. If we look close enough, if we dig deep, there is always enough. And it's about having enough knowledge and having enough expertise. Let's pick up the King of Pentacles here. And having the expertise to be successful. You know your stuff. You need to trust yourself and believe in yourself. So give with gratitude and grace, and all that knowledge and that wisdom that you carry, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Absolutely share it. And then we've got the Moth Spirit here, surrender now. And I think you're going to have to, in order to get the best result possible. You know, the surrender now is the Tower card. You know, they even carry the same colours here. So the orange is we've got the root, the orange is next. God, I've lost, it's the sacral chakra here. So maybe when you're meditating, apply your meditations to the sacral chakra. And it's down near the root area. So it's about grounding, it's about keeping it real. But no, things need to fall away in order for you to progress. Surrender now, Aries. You can do it. You've got the expertise and you've got the knowledge. So my lovely Aries, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that reading helped you. That's the whole point. I'm here to help, and hopefully you can take some nuggets of information and use them for the month of July going forward. Have a wonderful month, guys. Again, thank you for tuning in. Your likes, shares and subscribes are always appreciated. Take care of yourself and each other. Doodle pip.